All right, let's start back. Let's start back. Hello. Let's start back.
In the room.
Yeah, back in the room. Okay, so we are about to do a marketing strategy, or you are, not me. So let's just recap on the questions that you need to ask yourself whenever you're doing a marketing strategy. The first thing is, what is the budget? The second question you need to, I'll slow down.
Could you just, I know this is a really stupid question, but what do you mean by what is the budget?
What is the marketing budget?
Oh, okay, marketing. And can you, earlier when you was doing mine, but I was too busy in my own head, you said it needed to be such percentage.
Cool. So you basically, whatever you're spending, you are looking to make 3 times the amount back. That's the general rule of thumb.
So basically you're doing the equation backwards. So I want
Exactly.
to make 10 grand.
Yep.
So therefore, yeah.
Yes.
And then how
I
much
need
would that
2,500.
be budget? About
So 30% basically.
30%.
Well, go on, correct me. 33 point something.
I wasn't.
Yeah? Okay. The other key question, I haven't put this down, which is actually a really important one, is what is the non-financial target? Because you will have, well, you should have a commercial target. I want to sell so many tickets, I want to sell so many books, etc. But alongside of that, you should have something going on that's not just about money. So it might be, I want to increase brand awareness. I want to increase social media following. I want to increase social media engagement. I want to develop more contacts. I want to develop more relationships for strategic partnerships. So what is the other target around this promotional campaign? Does that make sense?
Collecting data.
Might be collecting data, exactly. But I've heard people say, I'm going to do a marketing campaign and it's just to create awareness.
You're just writing that word.
Not in my world, it isn't. That awareness needs to lead to some kind of money. Otherwise, you'll just be, creating a hobby.
So I'm being really thick.
No, you're not.
You just go back to that, what then some of the aims might be.
So,
Email addresses?
you might be trying to collate email addresses. You might be aiming to collate phone numbers. You might be looking to increase your social media following, increase your social media engagement. In other words, how much people are engaging in any of your posts. You might be looking to just solidify some strategic relationships.
Get them into a group.
Get them into a group. You might be looking to reward existing customers. You might be looking to retain existing customers. You might be looking to increase your digital footprint. So when people type your name in Google, your company name, lots of pages of you come up. You might be looking to increase your press clippings. Classic example, when I hit 20 years of brand marketing, I realized there were people out there with more press than me who really didn't know their head from their elbow. And I thought, well, Kubi, you've never done a press campaign. Now's the time. So I hired a PR agent and I said, the aim here is not about new clients. It's just about when people Google, they can see that I've been in the Sunday Times, and I've been in the Guardian, I've been on the BBC. Rubbish, really. But in today's world, people care about that stuff. So it wasn't just about making money. It was actually, I really just need to be seen in all of these major publications because, yeah? Does that help? So those are the 2 questions. What is the budget, but what is the other non-budgetary targets? Then you'll say to yourself, what is the promotional deadline? So what I mean by that is if you've got a book and it's launching on X date, September, that is the deadline. There's always a promotional deadline. If you have, in fact, let's do this so it seeps into all of you. Please, can you tell me something you're promoting at the moment?
My coaching service.
Great.
Yeah.
What is your promotional deadline?
I
I knew you were going to say that. So, sidebar, so that we can get some deadlines. There is something called a buy-in cycle. Okay? You do not promote all year round constantly because you're wasting your time. People buy at certain times and they don't buy at other times. So you might have a promotional cycle that is seasonal. What do I mean by a seasonal buy-in cycle?
People buy Christmas.
Perfect.
Christmas.
They're buying at Christmas. They're buying at Valentine's. They're buying because it's International Women's Month. Yeah? You might have a seasonal buy-in cycle. They're buying because it's summertime. They're buying because it's back to school. Those are seasonal buy-in cycles. If I said to you, and these are really obvious, so just bear with me, all right? But if I said to you, what is the daily buy-in cycle, what do I mean?
Paper in the morning. No, paper in the morning.
No, what day of the week?
Oh right, okay.
Yeah?
As opposed to hourly.
As opposed to, there is an hourly though. But what day of the week do they buy?
Saturday for the sports.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a sports person, but you might be right. Yeah? What day of the week they buy? They do not buy every single day. Yeah? Okay. If I said to you the hourly,
Yeah.
what am I talking about?
What hour do they
Well,
buy?
At what hour?
lunch times. and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
Because people might only be buying from 8 to 10 p.m.
Also, yeah. Sorry, also stuff like the internet at work over lunchtime gets
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, there's a real thing now about people using their commute homes to do online shopping. So is that when they're buying? Yeah? So you need to work out what is the buy-in cycle. The buy-in cycle enables you to know when is your deadline. Because if coaching doesn't get bought in the summer months because people are on holiday, then your deadline might be the 30th of June or the 1st of June. I don't know. Yeah? But you've got to know what your buy-in cycle is. And that informs when are you promoting. So we, so because you've been in business for a while, you can track it. If you go back to your sales, whether it's invoices or receipts. Okay. So in terms of good. So you can work it out. Yours might not be hourly. It might be seasonally, or it might be, you know, monthly as the other one, monthly. Key months of the year. Just look at your sales receipts. You'll see. I did, when I started to examine mine, I realised, you know, January, corporates weren't buying. Why? Because January is SME month. New year, new me, I'm starting a business, I'll buy your book, do your webinar, woohoo! January to March is SME month. And then forget it. After March, SMEs are not, new year, new me, I'm buying a book. It just doesn't happen. Forget August, SMEs are on holiday. They're not doing a webinar, a masterclass, forget it. Okay? But what I realised, end of the tax year, oh my God, I'm getting phone calls. That's pitch haven. That tax period for me, got surplus budgets, ooh, let's do some work. Recognise your new budgets, let's do some work. If I start talking to corporates on the 1st of December, I've wasted my phone bill. 1st of December, in fact, October 31st to the 12th of December is networking time for corporates. Smooch them, say thank you, give back, blah, 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 blah. Summertime for me, I go on holiday with my daughter. Unless I'm in fashion season and I'm doing September Fashion Week, and then it is the busiest time of the year. Depends on who I'm working with, everybody has a buying cycle. Yeah? So, going back now, because that was a sidebar. When is your deadline for your, was it coaching you just said? Mm-hmm. So we're now in February. When we,
To come up with a deadline right now.
that would be wonderful. Yeah, why don't we guess? What do you do again?
I'm a family lawyer, so I work with clients on family law. But
Okay.
I also do coaching with my clients.
Okay. So which one are we dealing with now?
So let's say we're dealing with my coaching clients.
Fabulous. So coaching clients, and you're coaching them on?
In divorce, people who are
Ah.
about to.
There is, I know there's a buying cycle in divorce.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does history tell us in your experience? You're laughing, but it's true.
Yeah.
When's peak season or
I'm
seasons?
thinking during vacations.
People getting divorced?
Yeah.
Great.
Or after. Yeah. Holidays.
Good.
Yeah.
So straight away, you know when your promotions need to start and finish, right? Okay, good. I'm going to leave you with that. Why don't you jot down off of memory, when is your buy-in cycle? Yeah? Okay, lovely lady next to you. Ruth.
Buying cycle. For me, because the work I do is executing schools, September to December is the time.
Are they buying or are you executing?
That's buying.
When did the tenders come out?
That time. No, April is the new financial year.
Good.
So they know.
Yep,
That's when they want you tendered.
Yeah.
brilliant. Notice execution and buying are two different things. Yeah? If I'm doing a London Fashion Week September, they're buying in April. But I'm executing in July, August, September. Make sense?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good. It.
So it's the April execution, September through to March.
Okay, so April, just April is tender season, or April, May,
April and
March, April?
January.
April and January. Okay, all right, I don't know, not in your world.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Okay, brilliant. When's our promotional deadline? We're in January now.
Oh,
No, not you, darling.
No.
Yes, please.
No idea.
Okay, that's a really honest answer.
So I've got. No.
Okay, remind me what you do and who your demographic is.
I've got two and I'm going between the two and that's why I think I'm getting a bit confused as well.
That's all right. Choose one for me.
Okay, coaching.
Coaching. Whom?
Probably women
Yep.
who are I need to get this out, don't I? Because that's not really going to sell me, so
It's all right. It's okay. We're all here learning.
um,
I know I'm a tough cookie on everyone, but we are actually all here just learning.
it's about resetting yourself. So
Okay, stop. Resetting yourself
yeah.
for women. Brilliant. When do we tend to focus on that?
New Year
New Year.
and come in the build up to summer.
And the build, yeah, damn skibby we do. Good. So there you go. You've got a buying cycle just off of that alone. So considering we're in February, I would say you could do a campaign probably from International Women's Month up until what, June?
Yeah, yeah, because you don't. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, all right. Neil, our sports people.
Yeah, sports people. I think there's two. There's January, February sort of type thing when a lot of sports that are dying down and are going to come back into it when the summer months come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a summer break actually for footballers. So that'll be June, July because August it starts back up again.
How good does it feel to know who you're targeting, Neil?
Yeah, it's a bit clearer.
I feel clear for you. Okay, Andrew. Clearly I've been picking on the men today because I know the men's names. Go on, Andrew.
December, January,
Yep.
March, April, possibly September, October.
Okay, well that's clear. Cindy.
Just guess, I'm going to say September through April.
Okay, cool.
What's the question?
Buying cycles. When are you promoting? When are they buying?
I'm deadline to March 30th, September 30th, December 31st.
There we go. Andrew. Andrew. Peter. Yes. I try and learn everybody's name by the end of the day. Sorry.
I would say the busiest time would be October to December for me.
Great.
So if you go back in March, April, start planning to promote it.
Great. Good.
So mine would be New Year.
Mm-hmm.
So if, can I just ask a question on
Course you
that?
can.
So say like you said, everyone in New Year's like new me, going to lose weight, going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you start campaigning that before Christmas?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So if we think back to what we did with you,
Yeah.
I said 6 months before, didn't I?
Yeah. So I get that, but say I was going to go on Facebook just for instance.
Yep.
I wouldn't do that in December because they're going to forget that because they're all wound up in
You
Christmas.
plant the
All gonna
seeds.
plant the seeds.
You plant the
Okay.
seeds. You definitely would.
Building it, aren't you?
Yeah, you're building it. Yeah. Facebook and social media is 4 weeks, right? So you want to start planting the seeds around mid December. Why? Because mid-December is when people are super stressed. It is just before Christmas. They've finished all the Christmas parties. They're sick and tired of mince pies. And now they're thinking about bloody, I've got turkey, kids' presents, if you've got children. They're actually really stressed and they're already thinking about January.
And you've done it on the back of the programme that you've previously promoted to get them ready for the little back dress for Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot, so that's what I'm thinking.
So they
there's
leave
quite
on.
there's buying stuff, so then summer, and then mine will be get ready for the stress of Christmas. And then
Yeah. Now, the key, though, is don't promote all year round, because then they'll just stop buying, because it would just be like, what? Okay, so what you want to do is you take your different product categories, you work out the buy-in cycle for each product category that should hopefully speak to a different demographic. So you're not pushing your message to the same people all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can you just say that again?
All right, so let's go back to this.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our brand, tick, we know what that is. We've got different product categories or different services, yeah? And then you've got your marketing, and I'm going to put here, for each one of these, you've got a target audience. Okay, so you've got, say this product is a book, for example, and you're going to do the marketing to it to X target audience. And this product or service here is coaching. Okay, and then you've got your marketing that you're going to do to a particular target audience. And then this one here is book coaching and
Online program.
there we go, e-learning,
What is the BC software?
product or service.
But
Oh, this is your brand communication. Yep. And then, yep.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So what do you got to think here at this point is what is the buy-in cycle for each of these based on this demographic who's buying it? Does that make sense?
So you're promoting to different demographics at different times.
Yeah.
You are promoting across the whole year, but just different,
You could be.
depending on what the buying people.
You could be. Coca-Cola isn't. Coca-Cola has made a lot of money off of one product, one audience, one buy-in cycle for that audience. You don't have to have multiple products. You actually don't have to. There are some people who have a book and they milk that bloody book until they can't milk it anymore, and then they move on to a screenplay of the book or a movie of the book. Harry Potter, anybody? Right? So you don't actually have, people think, I've got to have this and I've got to have that. Actually, you don't have to. You could have one, a book, or just coaching and milk it. Yeah? Okay, but assuming you do, assuming you're Nike, you've got the different product categories, then yes, you will have your brand communications, which is a consistent theme across all of them because it's the brand values. You've got your marketing channels and your marketing messages to a particular audience around a particular buy-in cycle. Have I lost you or does this make sense? Yeah? All right, cool. So bearing that in mind, let's just take one of your products or services, talking to one audience, and let's create a marketing strategy. All right. And what I will do is I will go around and just kind of listen or talk to you if you need help. Just going to remind you again what needs to go in it. The way that I do my overviews, and I've seen different marketeers do it different ways, is I do it as an initial time, like a timetable or grid. And I say, okay, what are the channels that I'm using here? Okay, so let's say it's a book. What channels of communication am I using? Facebook, Twitter, flyers, business cards, networking, strategic partnerships, What channel am I using? For each channel, what is the messages? On Facebook, am I talking direct to consumer or am I talking to the influencer? Yeah, and what message am I going to try and communicate to that person? What is the budget? Am I spending a penny on Facebook or am I going to spend 100 quid on Facebook advertising? Yeah. What is the time frame? So if I know my thing is starting in September 1st and I know I only need to be promoting this on Facebook for 4 weeks, then I'm looking at when, people?
4 weeks before you said.
which is when? 31st of August.
Yeah, I did,
Right?
yeah.
I just want to make sure you're awake. And then I have a column that says who is responsible for delivering, because you can't do everything. So it might be your flyers are being designed, who's responsible? The designer. Yeah? And posting on Facebook, who's responsible? Your niece, who you've roomed in for the next 4 weeks to help you with this particular promotion. Yeah? Okay. Any questions before you start and I shut up?
I just can't see the last 3 months in blue. What?
Okay, so what channels of comms are you using? How will you split the marketing budget? In other words, what's being paid for what? And what is the timeline? No problem. Okay, and I think I'm going to give you, because this is quite a big exercise, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. And I want a full campaign, guys, which you will then stand up and explain to all of us. And if you've done this before and you're feeling super confident, then you can add on who the target audience is. So you can stand up and you say, Kubi, my brand is this, the audience is that, the product that I'm promoting is this, and this is how the campaign's going to look. And can I recommend that if you're doing something at the best you, that you use that? Because then you can get my feedback on something that really is happening in the next few weeks. That's what I would recommend, but you don't have to.
Channel or the communication, and then the message is, how are you going to get it out? Like, is it
No,
flyers?
So the channel is the flyers, the etc. The message is, what is it you're saying? What is the actual message? And that's some of the stuff we talked about this morning in terms of, you know, the 5 words that make up your brand. Like, what are you actually communicating in this message? Why should I come to your retreat? What is the need that you are going to fulfill, as an example? All right. 10 minutes, guys.